Yes, sir. We are back, guys. Oh, let me know if my mic lining up. We're back. Season 3, episode 2. It is your host, BearFeezie, man. Let me log in on my Facebook and see who I can get in. So I can get the tune. Mic check, mic check. Okay. How we looking? Am I looking decent? Can y'all hear me? Let me get some hearts if y'all can hear me. Let me share this. Sure. Sure. We are live. Charlie Mo. Shout out to Charlie Mo, man. He stay with Why can't Shout out to JoJo got me in all these podcast groups. Shout out to my brother Coach Tommy got me in these podcast groups. If you are tuned in, let's just sure to comment, get some folks to tune in, man. Got a great discussion. Great discussion. Let me know if my volume is right, if my lips is lining up right. Let me know if I'm sounding muffled, anything like that. If my lighting if my lighting is decent this evening. Hopefully my wife tuned in. She gonna let me know for sure. And then my Reebok and that bathing suit. Control your emotions is the topic for today. You know what I mean? We just gonna basically on Speak Your Feelings with BearFeezie, man. It's just a channel, a platform that I created, man, and just to help us grow, help us, come from where we at, help us use our words to kind of get where we want to go. You know what I mean? If you got anything to say, anything that you wanna tap in with, uh, anything that you want to promote, anything that you're doing, any brand, any business, anything that you want to promote, you can definitely drop it in the comments. I have not got the phone line because I haven't got my camera yet. I'm still on the on my phone, but I do got a new link. You can tap in, you can copy the link. And matter of fact, you can copy the link if you want to go live. If you got some input, let me see. Let me see. You can copy and paste the link into your web browser and come on live and come on the screen with me though. You can do that, you know what I mean? If you are tuned in, go ahead and share it, man. Um Last episode, you know what I mean, was a great introduction. I lost my sound, it became muffled. Uh I blamed it on my Apple Watch, you know what I mean? So no Apple Watch today. No Apple Watch today, man. Let me get some hearts, some thumbs up if the sound is good. If you tuned in from, let me know where you tuned in from. Let me know where you tuned in from. Today we're talking about controlling our emotions. Uh, I got a few little points, little tips. If you want to go live, you know what I mean, copy and paste. If you want to come on and promote something, you want to come on to holler at me, you know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Spain, man. Spain is home, man. Got the strap monitor off his leg. You feel me? Boy moving and grooving. I seen him in the booth. That boy back to work, man. Spain is home. God is good, man. Shout out to Spain, God, man. Bro, it's been a long time coming for my brother, man. shout out to my wife godmothers and Nacogdoches. You feel me? My brother Craig Combs tapping in from Garland, Texas. You know what I mean? Shout out to Garland, my young bro Spain home. You know what I mean? He ain't sneaking. He ain't bro ain't gotta sneak no more. It's square business, man. Glad my bro home. Controlling our emotions, man. I was talking to my son about this. My how old is King 11 now? King 12? King 11. I have so many kids now. King 11. And I was just talking to him. And we got to teach our children who we want them to be, and who we think they who we want them to grow to be. We got to make sure we stand in our children's lives and being that impact that we want them to be. And I was talking to him about controlling your emotions and not, because I think I busted in a room and told him to get up and get something up. And he started jacking his shoulders. I just seen that he was all upset with me. And I just remember being a young man and just being emotional, not knowing, just not knowing how to express myself, not having a vocabulary, not having the words. Some people feel like nobody is listening, so there's no need for them to say how they feel or to say anything. You know what I mean? Some people just fight. You know what I mean? They just know how to express themselves through violence. Some people are, they just start crying, and you know what I mean. And I seen that he was real upset with me, and it was something so simple, but he probably was mad on how I did it. You know what I mean? On how I just jumped, because I handle them. You know what I mean? I try my best not to, but I done grabbed them, and I was like, man, you better understand who you talking to. And then when I calmed down, I took him on a little ride with me, and I told him, bro, you got to control your emotions. All I told you to do was to pick that up. And what I told him, and I hope that stuck with him, is I told him, let me know if it's pausing. Let me know if it's pausing or anything like that. I told him, I was like, man, you can't let your emotions trick you out of position to the point where, you know what I mean? Now you out of whack. You know what I mean? Us as your parents, you need us. Anything that you got going is because we bought it for you. We finna get it for you. Anything you need, you gotta come through us. So you can't get us on your bad side. Now, when you asking for something, you not getting it. Now, when you need us, you got your hand out. We batting it down. Remember, you was acting. You know what I mean? Remember, you was emotional and you was cussing or whatever you was doing. And that's the same thing with us as grown-ups. You know what I mean? We'll get to work, and you know what I mean? Some of us will throw our job away because of some little temporary emotion that we had, throw our relationship away because of temporary emotion that we had, throw our life away. We in the pen, or somebody done killed us because of just some temporary emotions that we could have did a better job of controlling. And you know what I mean? When you go to throwing your money, you know what I mean, throwing your well-being, when you get to throwing these things away, you know what I mean? You don't let somebody trick you, you know what I mean, into being emotional and into acting out of these emotions and into just being something, expressing a feeling that you had for a quick second, for a quick minute, you know what I mean, just for a quick feeling. And one thing I like to remember, and I like to stand by, man, is that feelings are just temporary, guys. Feelings are just instant. You know what I mean? How you feel is very different from what's real. You know what I mean? How you feel is very different from what's real. So you got to ask yourself, and we got to teach our children, and we got to learn ourselves as grown-ups, man, these emotions, don't let a temporary emotion get you out of position, get your life taken away, get yourself injured, get yourself put in jail, get your money taken away. And a few things is a lot right now on the internet. Bishop White, I believe is his name, Bishop White, and everybody is talking about it on how, he flossing, he living a lavish lifestyle, he's spending his money on materialistic things, and folks, don't like that because he's a bishop and he pastor of a church. And one thing that I seen an interview where he was, two internet personalities, two guys that deal from social media. They were thinking about they were interviewing him and talking about the video. The video was fishy. You know what I mean? The video, it just seemed goofy. You know what I mean? Just a robbery. I don't know nobody in their right mind that'll rob a church while it's going on. But hey, if you got robbed, man, I'm glad you're okay. But they was expressing their feelings about just him in particular, his ways, his words. And it was this lady and this man, and he just lost his cool. And as a bishop, a pastor, a person of leadership, a mentor, you know what I mean? More is expected from you. You know what I mean? You don't get to that mistake. You don't get to do the simple mistakes as a child would do. If he started going in on the guy and the lady and calling them out their names as a bishop and from then on, I don't know him. You know what I mean? I wish the best for him. From then on, I kind of didn't want to hear nothing that he had to say because of him not being able to control his emotions, him being in the public eye, and him just going back and forth over something real small. You know what I mean? Something real minute. And it just, you know what I mean? And that's what I was trying to help my son understand is that, you know what I mean? If you on a football field or you in some type of position and you catch an attitude, you express your emotions, you let your emotions get the best of you, you cussing, you talking about somebody. When the coach come to looking for somebody to play quarterback, or he looking for somebody to put in the game, or he ready to call a play, you in the game and he figuring out, man, who should I give the ball to? Your number not gonna get called, most likely, unless you the only number he can call, because you done showed your true colors. You know what I mean? You done exposed yourself. Now the person that's in position to run your play, and this is just not on a football field, this is in life, this is on a job. The person that's in position to call your pay, to raise your pay, the person that's in position to give you a high ranking, the person that's in position to call your number, they're going to think twice about you. The first thing they're going to say is, this person is emotional. I don't know, they're a good worker, they here every day on time, but when that pressure is on them, they're emotional. You know what I mean? When it's hyped up, when these numbers start going in, you know what I mean? They're emotional. So we have to understand, guys, that these emotions, we can't let them get the best of us. You know what I mean? You can't let them get you off track. You got to stay focused. You know what I mean? You have to keep your focus, and it's difficult. You know what I mean? And in the last show, I was talking about praying, planning, and practices. You gotta know where you going. You know what I mean? Because when you confused, you don't give a damn what happened anyway. You don't have no plan, no pursuit on where you headed to. It's easy to get sidetracked. Somebody, hey, let's go do this. You know what I mean? Let's go do something. Somebody say something to you. And us as black folks, we don't like to be called nigger. You know what I mean? Like, we can say nigga a million times on a record and on a rap song, but once a Caucasian call you a nigga, ooh, you out your body. You know what I mean? You done, but they not gonna get them charges just for saying nigga once you put your hands on them. Now you in assault. You know what I mean? Now you got an assault charge. Now you locked up. You know what I mean? This show, you got some strikes. You know what I mean? Now you missing work. You know what I mean? Now the baby hungry. Now the bill's late. All this just from a simple emotion that you can control yourself. So that's what I was talking about, planning. Know where you going, so it'll be difficult, man. I'm just here to get this check. So I got a business I'm trying to develop. I got something I'm trying to do. You know what I mean? So I'm just here to do this. You know what I mean? So I know what I'm here for. So all that you talking about, you can have it, you can keep it, you can hold on to it. You know what I mean? We gotta keep our emotions intact. You know what I mean? So we don't let nobody trick us off position, man. And and one, and I ain't gonna say my bro name, man, but it was a guy I grew up with, man. And bro, man, lost his cool. Bro lost his cool, man. He was living in a hotel. You know what I mean? And guys, I try to use my life experiences and lessons that I've learned in my life to help impact the world. You know what I mean? A lot of times I ain't got it all the way down. I get emotional sometimes. You know what I mean? I'm one of the best persons dealing with emotions and dealing with my feelings. You know what I mean? That you may know or that I know. You know what I mean? A lot of folks got the emotions. But my bro, man, was living in a hotel, you know what I mean? He probably was doing some of the things that we learned to do, you know what I mean, where we come from. And man, they say the neighbor's dog was barking, bothering him, irritating him. He probably had a lot on his mind, a lot on his plate, a lot that he was dealing with. And he ended up killing the man. He ended up killing the neighbor guy. Allegedly. I ain't say his name, but I don't want to say he probably ain't dealt with the case. This the story I heard, man. He on camera. And it ain't funny, guy. A lot of times I laugh to keep from crying. But it's sad, man. And it's just a lesson that I hope somebody listening, you know what I mean, that get riled, that's easily angered. You know what I mean? We get riled up and just out of our body, man. We can't control ourselves. You know what I mean? So they say he ended up killing, man, the guy. He on camera. And it's just in a bad place, man. It ain't too many ups for him after that. You know what I mean? I can't say that this is his first strike from what I know. And you know what I mean? And if some of his family members are hearing this, you know what I mean? May the Almighty be with him. And I hope he find peace and understanding in whatever situation. And I hope he know that God is greater, you know what I mean, in any situation that he can go through, that he can possibly experience. So, you know what I mean? Just always know that. But I hope that's a lesson, man. We can't let something real small, you know what I mean, get us out of character, get our mind out of whack to the point where we throw everything away just for a real temporary feeling. Even if the dog would have barked all night, tomorrow he may not be there. Tomorrow I may can get a new room. I may can get a new space. You know what I mean? So even if it ain't a 10-minute feeling, even if it's a 2-week, 3 years, it's not gonna last forever, man. You know what I mean? You're gonna get over that shit. You're gonna go get some money. You're gonna go get something worth smiling. You know what I mean? Stuff that'll make you laugh now, make you cry later. Stuff that make you cry now. You'll laugh at it later, man. Like, you know what I mean? And we just get so, and then we go to trying to recant some of our statements. And you know what I mean? I'm sorry for saying that. But now that's how really you feel. You done fucked up with me. Don't call my phone no more. You know what I mean? Like, you really done got out of whack with me. You know what I mean? So let's practice. Let's pray, continue praying, planning, and practicing on how we supposed to act, and you know what I mean, what we supposed to do. Another emotional situation. Recently, Beyonce dropped her new album. I listened to the album. I like it. I love Beyonce. I love her performing. I wanna go see her and Jay-Z on these next little. You know what I mean? I got a little money now. I can get me a good seat. My wife always wanted to go, and you know what I mean. So after we produced this last Pretty Girl, I ain't gonna say the last, but after we produced this girl, whatever God got planned for me, I want. After we produced this last young lady, first young lady, and add this additional Haskins, you know what I mean? We're gonna try to start moving around. I want to get my baby to see Beyonce. I've never been to a concert. It's this all stuff in my mind. But Beyonce dropped the album. Here come Kelis. Here come Kelis. I'm just reading articles online. I don't know any of these people. I'm reading articles online, man. Kelis upset that Beyonce sampled some of her work and didn't acknowledge her or didn't call her. Kelis I don't know if some of y'all may know. I'm a little seasoned. Kelis had a hit song back in the day called Milkshake. Um, and Beyonce sampled it. I didn't hear the sample. I couldn't. If I heard it, it missed me because I was just hearing Beyonce. But if you got all your paperwork in order, if you got everything in line online, then that's a check for you. I ain't nobody ever, if somebody wants to pay me without contacting me, I'm fine with it. I am. You know what I mean? I don't know too many people that get upset about getting paid without getting contacted. I cash the check. But she got to talking and words got to, how this internet, it'll get back. You know what I mean? And it got back to her. And then the next article I read is Beyonce hollered at the people who she needed to talk to, and the sample is now removed from the recording. So you missed that chick. You know what I mean? And it's Beyonce. You know what I mean? If it's, a nickel, if it ain't, depending on how the song do, depending on how much ownership Kelis has, depends on, the type of check that she gonna get. But shit, a nickel be the blank any day. You know what I mean? Where I'm from. So my grandma, hey grandma, my grandma say if you can't make $1, make 50 cents. You know what I mean? So don't get emotional and miss your bag. Come on now. You know what I mean? So these are the type of things that emotions, takes, take us off track. You know what I mean? Okay, you upset. That's simple. That's a phone call, ain't it? You call the producer, maybe. Hey, that made me a little upset. Send the bag, but that made me a little upset. I wish, I know what I mean, she an important lady. I wish she would have contacted me. You know what I mean? I would have liked to, knew ahead of time so I could have been whatever you wanted to say, whatever feeling you have, speak your feeling. You know what I mean? Come on the show, Kelis, and speak your feelings with BearFeezie. You know what I mean? But whatever feelings you have, let's get some understanding with ourselves. Let's gain some understanding with our people. You know what I mean? And don't get tricked off these streets, get tricked into an early grave, a long sentence. Don't get tricked into missing money for your family, for yourself, for your family, for your children, legacy building, because you're emotional and you don't know how to control them, and you don't know how to you know what I mean, how to express them in a good way. You know what I mean? And so men and women, let's get it together. Which brings me into a segment that I'm doing for singles. You know what I mean? Now I got that word out. You know what I mean? If you do want to tap in, if you're single and you're looking for companionship, you're looking for somebody. I'm on a roll. Can y'all hear? I'm on a roll. I feel like I'm flowing better in season 3. I feel, and my auntie Tina, hey Aunt Tina, my auntie said I need to stop talking about the bad feelings that I be having. But I just like being honest and expressing myself. If you're single and you want to express yourself, you want to voice your single, you want to get to somebody, you know what I mean, and you don't want to be looking thirsty when, you know what I mean, you can definitely copy and paste the link. I hope the link is still. You can copy and paste the link and come on here. You know what I mean. Let me know your name, your location. You know what I mean. What interests you? What you're looking for in a mate. Just let me know a few things about yourself. And so we can, you know what I mean? Because I love being married, man. I love the relationship, the companionship, the partnership, the businessship. And, you know what I mean? I just love all the pluses. And it comes with a lot. It does come with a lot. But the pluses definitely outweigh the negatives in my marriage, at least. It is some bogus marriages, and it is some folks that's living unhappy, you know what I mean? And it is some folks who need to deal with some stuff on the before, and you know what I mean, before we jump into, you know what I mean? So So yeah, man, if you wanna copy the link, let me, because we done had some folks commenting. Chris Wesley, go on tap in. Uh, let me see if you can copy it. There we go. Copy the link. I just posted it again because I don't know how to copy the link. Tap in real quick. If you single, you're looking for Miss Right or Mr. Right, you know what I mean? You want to put your information on out there. You getting older, you know what I mean? And you feel like it's time to settle down. You feel like it's time to, you know what I mean, go and get that somebody and y'all go and lock in, you know what I mean? And you done got all your emotions and all that back history. Don't come on here with that baby mama drama and you still dibbling and dabbling and ain't no understanding over there and don't get nobody into no situationship. Come on, folks. Let's be grown and let's be, you know what I mean, let's be respectful and let's be honest. You know what I mean? If you ain't ready yet, don't even tap in. If you ain't ready, go on keep doing your you know what I mean, your late night creep. You know what I mean? Keep doing what you doing. And if you got somebody, please don't. You know what I mean? Because I plan to get millions. I plan to get a lot of views. You know what I mean? So don't tap in and knock yourself out the box with what you do got going on. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I want to make sure I include this section on every show just so people, you know what I mean, can link up, man. Cause what's always better than one person is two. You know what I mean? And when two people come together for that common goal, I truly believe that, you know what I mean, it helps the world, man. You know what I mean? It helps us get closer to God because, you know what I mean, it helps us get close to the family. It helps us build, you know what I mean? It helps us do what I feel like we put on earth here to do instead of kind of, you know what I mean? I feel like when they got a lot of reasons our community is in a position is because the family is broken down and you hardly see a family. You know what I mean? You may see a mama with their kids, you may see a daddy with his kids, but you know what I mean, you very seldom see a family. You know what I mean? Both people getting along, growing together, bonding together, and developing and producing good seeds for the community. Not saying that you can't alone, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's better, it's easier, and it's more manageable too. You know what I mean? Amen. But yeah, man, if I do have a few more lessons that I wanted to tap into before I get out of here. Um, appreciate the world, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I appreciate the shares and the likes. Um, this is Speak Your Feelings with BearFeezie. I'm your host, BearFeezie. The next, this is a good one right here. Shout out to my cousin Emily. The next word I had is understanding the enemy. You know what I mean? I believe it is wicked stuff in the world and wicked folks in high places, wicked spirits that are trying to attack, you know what I mean, the goodness, the God in you, you know what I mean, in us all. You know what I mean? So there is a such thing as an enemy. There is a such thing as opposition. There is a such thing as haters. You know what I mean? That want to hold you down, hold you back, keep you out of pocket, out of whack, keep you down. But there's also something called the inner me. It's the enemy, and then there's also the inner me. So you have to understand that everything that has happened to you, everything wrong going on, most of it is from decisions that you've made. Most of it is from lacking and from where you lack. You know what I mean? Stuff that you made a mistake on, stuff that you got mixed up, stuff that you got wrong. You know what I mean? So you got to understand that a lot of times you have to correct where you coming from. A lot of times you got to fix it. A lot of times you need to leave them folks alone. You in a bad relationship. They exposed themselves. They showed who they was. I know they family. I know that's, you know what I mean, that's who you always hung around. I know that's who you've been in a relationship with for years. But that ride is over. You know what I mean? It's time for you to elevate and move on. You gotta move on up. So you gotta get away from them. You know what I mean? They can't go. I'll preach. They can't go with you. You know what I mean? This vision, this sight, what you see, this plan that you done developed, that you've been praying on, it's just for you. They ain't gonna make it. You try, you see where you at. You've been trying to take them. They steady wanna do what they doing. So understand that it's like you reaching out for help, but then it's like going to the doctor and doctor, I got a bad heart. My heart been hurting me. I'm wheezing. I can't breathe good. You know what I mean? It's, all this stuff is happening. Doc, help me. Doc prescribed some medicine. But then you leave and you back to fried food this and greasy this and processed food this and this too salty. You gonna have to make a decision where you want to be. You're gonna have to make a decision what you really want. Do you want a better heart? Do you want to, or are you tired of grabbing your chest and limping and all this, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to get out and walk you a mile. They sell fruit at the grocery store too. Everything ain't in the frozen section. You know what I mean? So you gotta understand, yeah, some stuff, yeah, it's easier. The bad stuff is cheaper. That's cheaper. Hold on, y'all heard my wife? Y'all can't hear that. She in there getting on to somebody. Yeah, the processed stuff, the greasy stuff is cheaper. The dollar menu is cheaper. But what are you worth? Is that all you worth? It's just the cheap, processed, greasy, salty stuff. So what and I'm just using that as an example, man. That goes a long way as far as as far as making a decision that's just gonna impact you. You can't make a decision for all of y'all. You can't make a decision y'all heard my baby give it to the kid. You can't make a decision based on how all of y'all gonna get there, man. This what's going on. Either you with it or you not. You not, fuck it, I'm gonna do it by myself. I can do it. You know what I mean? I'm good enough. Fuck it, you ain't with it, man. You don't want to play this position. You don't want to play this role and help me. You know what I mean? In this way, you think, yes, sir. Can I have one of the mama cookies? Why? Why you ask mama? Didn't I just give you a snack? Come here, Trey. Come here. You know I'm on the show. You know I'm on the show. Don't you? Turn it off. You know I'm on the show. Yeah, I got kids, y'all. Nah, thanks. I didn't even think about locking it. That's my wife. I got her on security. I got my wife on security, man. Shout out to the missus, man. She got a lot of hats that she got to wear, man. Where we at? Now, I wanted to think about this inner me real quick before I get on my last subject. If you tuned in, you might have to go back. Had a great discussion. If you just tuned in, you may have to go back. We're having great discussion, just self-pointers that can help us in life. Now, when you're talking about the inner me and the enemy, folks on the outside that's opposing us and stuff and decisions that we make in ourselves that's opposed to where we trying to go, where we supposed to be going, or where we planning to be going. understand that when you go to work, when you get a job, when you're going somewhere, one of the first things that they tell you is don't bring the bad stuff. You know what I mean? Don't bring the drama. Don't bring the wicked stuff. Don't bring your problems, your troubles to work. You know what I mean? So you silence her. So you don't express them when you go to work. You don't express yourself. Your problems, you got trust issues. So you don't really trust people to speak to, you know what I mean? It's only a few people that you trust, you know what I mean? You don't trust your spouse like that. You know what I mean? So you ain't talking about it at home. You're not expressing yourself at work. Um, you may not have the words to express how you truly feel. You don't suppress so many emotions. You don't suppress so many, you know what I mean, bad things that done happened to you in your life. You done just suppressed. It's just so much stuff that you done dealt with throughout your life. It's just so much, you know what I mean, that you done had to go through, that you done had to experience. To the point, when do you express it? Or does that you never express it and it becomes you? You all this stuff that done happened to you, because they say, I know y'all heard the saying, hurt people hurt people. People that are hurting, they lash out and they hurt people. So all this stuff that been done to you, all this stuff that you never talked about, all this stuff that, you know what I mean, you never expressed, you never talked through, you never gained understanding for, this is you now. Inward. You pretty. You pretty. You look good. When I see you, you dress nice and you made all up. You got your hair cut. You got your hair done. Ladies, you get your nails, your feet. You look nice. I like how you look. I like your shoes, sir. I like you. You you done spent a few dollars with the guy with the what they call it, with the designers, and you know what I mean. You done you shopping and you look good, but inward, the inner you done became all this stuff that you running from, and then you like to talk about people and what they doing wrong and how they act and where they messed up and where they're lacking and I'm talking about somebody. It may not be you, but you may know somebody like this. And I want us to understand that it's not always coming from the outside. It's not always coming from somebody else. Sometimes, man, we just gotta look in the mirror, look inward. Look, you know what I mean? We probably gotta go back. You know what I mean? Some of this stuff started when we was 5. Some of this stuff started long before us. Our mama and them was doing this and you know what I mean? So it's not always the enemy. Sometimes it's the enemy. You know what I mean? And that's what I wanted to say on that, man. Sometimes it's not, it's you know what I mean? It's not. You know what I mean? So that's why, man, when people go to acting out with me, or I see people acting out, lashing out, you know what I mean? I understand that that's not them. You know what I mean? I understand that in our natural state, you know what I mean, we are born as a representation of God. You know what I mean? And in this body, and in this, you know what I mean, in my heart, look through my eyes, if I get real close, you know what I mean, I am who you see. You know what I mean? God is who you see, God is in me, and we're born in this temple. And we're born as a representation of him, the Almighty. So in our natural state, we're not wicked people. We not evil. You know what I mean? Folks done did the worst shit. We're not evil. We're not, you know what I mean? And some people, they wicked. There's no saving. I'm not saying you can save everybody. I'm saying me. You know what I mean? And most people just don't know how to express themselves and shine the light of God. You know what I mean? So much done happened to them. So they done been through so much. They done lacked in so many areas and never were corrected on these things that they done became all this shit that done happened to them. That's why they wicked. You know what I mean? They done became all this shit that done happened to them. That's why they nasty and they mouth is foul and they sneaky and they wicked in their ways. You know what I mean? This shit done developed them. You know how they say, don't bring your stuff to work. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you don't bring all that wicked shit home. Keep that in the streets. You know what I mean? Don't bring all that home. But it is you have brought it home. You really have brought it to your sanctuary unknowingly. It's in you. Unknowingly, it done really reached you and developed you, and you done held it in for so long, you know what I mean? That it done reprocessed you, and this is you now. You a bad person. Nobody wants to be around you. You reaching and you steady, you know, people every time you see them, they with somebody new. They got a new friend. They calling folks. They on the phone. God damn. I'm funny. I'm funny, man. God damn. Well, you a grouper. You just love hanging out in groups and being around somebody you ain't never by yourself. But anyway, guys, find out what's really going on inside of you. Ask yourself, talk to yourself, talk to somebody you trust. Find you a counselor, somebody, you know what I mean? Let's start talking and expressing these feelings so we'll understand, you know what I mean? So we can help understand. My brother say understanding is the key, man. Because once you understand what's really going on, you can help change it and develop what you really want. You know what I mean? You gotta pray, plan, and practice, man. This last thing that I want to talk about is called enjoying the process. Because a lot of us, man, we done seen so much and we seen what's celebrated. You know what I mean? We see the people with the nice cars and the big house and the $1 million checks and the jewelry and all this stuff that we may want to celebrate or may want to get into or that we love, that we gotta have, the designer, you know what I mean? The just of the women and the clothes and the cars and you know what I mean? And just all this different stuff. And I'm like, damn, I wanna live like that. I wanna get there. And a lot of us, you know, we see that and we're like, man, if I can just take care of my family. We might not have children. If I can just take care of me, you know what I mean? Just live like that. If I didn't have to, well, guys, you thinking about that? You thinking about getting there where Beyonce, where Michael Jackson, and the doctor, and you thinking about, man, how could I get there? How could I get that far? Could I get that far? Am I worthy enough to get that far, man? Ain't nobody in my family ever did nothing like that. You know what I mean? So what I want to say about that, man, is that you really gotta first, you know what I mean, understand your plan, and you have to find your purpose. Is where I'm gonna end it at. But okay, I'm right on. I'm early. I've been talking like a mother. Purpose. A lot of us just living and you know, and as people, you know what I mean. You ever when you ain't doing something, like if you just standing around, somebody will come along and figure out something for you to do. You know what I mean? If you ain't doing shit, you just stand there. Hey, folks cleaning up, folks cleaning up the house or cleaning up wherever, and you just stand right here. Get this, and take that out there since you ain't doing shit. Now you caught up. Now you doing that. You know what I mean? You weren't doing shit. You didn't have no plan. You weren't practicing nothing. So now somebody done showed you what you can be doing. And that's how we end up in life, man. That's how we end up. And just for years, you know what I mean? You never knew where you was trying to go. You know what I mean? As a child, you know, a lot of it, you know, it's not our fault. But once you grown, it's no more pointing fingers. Once you grown, you can't blame it on nobody no more. You grown now. Figure it out. You know what I mean? And so I hope this show helps somebody figure it out. And guys, you have to get to a point once you find that purpose, find that reason, you have to go through the process. And it has to be something that you love doing, that you like, that you want to do, because you got to find joy in that to the point where you would do it for free. Because most of the time, if you're trying to develop something that's worth something that's worth having, something that's legacy building, you have to, not only do you have to invest time, effort, and energy in it, sometimes you gotta come out of pocket. It ain't like getting a job where you for sure finna get paid in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It ain't like just you know, like, yeah, you either gotta do this, invest money, you gotta come out you gotta get a job, get some money, think about it, develop it, you know what I mean, create it, bring it to the people, sometimes you gotta give it away for free at first. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta develop, you gotta put so much energy, you gotta put so much shit into it that if you don't like doing it, if it's something that you wouldn't do for free, you're finna stop doing it in a few weeks. It's like going to college. These folks going to college, coming out of college with debt, 30,000, 20,000, 40,000. Folks trying to get masters, all in the hope or in plan of something greater, something that's gonna be able to pay off all this. You know what I mean? So think about the time, energy, effort that you have to put in order to get a master's degree. Years. In order to become a doctor. 8, 12 years in school before you get a check. What kind of belief you gotta have to go through all this? A plan you gotta have to go through 12 years without a payment, without a deposit. You know what I mean? So let's say you creating you a business, you got to create the product, develop the product, promote the product, ship the product, package the product. You got to do all this in order for a plan that you have it has to be greater than you. You got to enjoy that whole process, or you can go help somebody else do their process. That's as simple as and that's it. It's a quick show. That's as simple as it be. You can either pray, plan, and practice this. You got to create the product, market the product, promote the product, package it, ship it, deal with the customers. Man, I thought it was gonna be this. I thought it was gonna be this. You got to talk to you got to be customer service. You got to be the manager. You got to be all this. And you either can be that and plans for this to be a legacy and plans for this to be something for your children's children to benefit off of. It ain't going to be overnight. It's 12 years. It's a master's. Ooh, it's a word. It's 12 years without a check. You got to go get you a master's degree in this shit. You know what I mean? It gotta be, you gotta really want it. You gotta enjoy the process. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm at. You gotta really want it. You know what I mean? You gotta go get you a master's in it. You gotta plan to go 12 years, 8 years. You gotta plan years without a check, but you know my son's gonna benefit from this. I'm gonna be able to leave this for my grandkid. Even if they don't work it, it's gonna bring in enough where this dime right here, they gonna see this dime. You know what I mean? But some folks don't want to think that far. But I tell you what, Johnson & Johnson is. They thought that far. Amazon is. Y'all see Amazon now? It didn't start like that. It didn't start like that. I seen the picture. I be on the internet. I seen the picture just started as a thought. I'm finna ship the shit out this shit. I'm finna get this to the people. I'm finna get it to them. You know what I mean? It gotta start, you know what I mean? So you can either plan to put on all these hats for that plan that you have, for that you think that's meant for you. Man, I'm good at this. Man, I know how to do this. I'm good. You gotta really plan and put on all these hats. You gotta package it, ship it, create. Before you do that, you gotta create it, develop it, think about it. You know what I mean? You gotta give birth to it, deal with the customers complaining, smile at the happy customers, shake these hands, kiss these babies. You gotta put on all these hats to develop your product, to develop something that you want to leave for your kids, or you can go help somebody that's doing that for their kids. They're gonna pay you. But one thing about that job, you can't leave, baby, that job. You can't leave, baby, that position. Miss a couple days and see how they, you know what I mean? So a job is definitely a place that pays them bills, keep baby and baby mama and them fed. But you know what I mean? Just don't hang your head up. Don't hang your jacket up on that, man, cause these new generation, man, they don't want to do that. And these new generations, they ain't finna go in no sweatshop. And so, you know what I mean? So, yeah, let's develop some form. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't gonna make it on that field. Everybody ain't gonna put that thing. Everybody ain't jumping ain't on like that. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't gonna run their way to success. You know what I mean? We gotta really develop us something. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm gonna end it, guys. Please, for me, you know what I mean? Recap, control your emotions. Don't let nobody trick you into acting on your emotions too quick. Let me say that. Cause we do want our lick back. I want my lick back. Person, a Caucasian called me a nigga. I want to react. You know what I mean? But really get your lick and make sure it's worth it. Because it ain't worth it if I slap the shit out you and I'm the one with a assault case and I got to pay lawyer fees and I got to play a bail bondsman and I probably got to spend a little time because I ain't even got the money. All my check went on bill. I got to sit in jail a couple of days and I hate asking folks for shit. I got to ask them and they got to wire to me, my baby mama cousin, and she tired of me going through this shit because I'm always getting into some shit behind my feelings and emotions. I want to react. I want my lick back, but I want my lick to count. I want my lick to count. So I got to be upgraded mindset. I got to be strategic. I need a methodical lick. Whew. Look that up. I got to methodically strike. I can't just be out here swinging and beating myself up. Oof. Yeah, you want that, man, but you hurt. The kids are without. Now, you was the one with the income. You know what I mean? So So, you know what I mean? Learn to control your emotions. Learn to kid. Learn to learn to control your emotions. Learn that we do have an enemy. We do have those who are opposing our progress. But but as true as you have an enemy, there's also an inner me. There's also some shit that you're dealing with on the inside that's fucking you up. You making some decisions that's stagnating your progress. You making some decisions. You know what I mean? You fucking up too. You helping the enemy by the shit that you doing. You know what I mean? So understand that as true as you have an enemy, there's also an enemy. So correct that because the enemy is forever. It's always gonna be opposers and folks that just don't like what you're doing. Don't like to see you progress. But that enemy, you can get on track with that and that. You know what I mean? And uh, make sure you choose something that you enjoy the process, guys. Because I don't want to be sad every day. God damn, it's 6 o'clock. I gotta go deal with these motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So that's what it is, man. Let's grow. I appreciate that. Let's grow, folks. That's what I'm gonna end with, man. Speak your feelings with BearFeezie, man. I am available on YouTube. If you want to go back and hear any of my old shows, you can check me out. Listen to me on your way to work. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Check out the live shows on Facebook. Like my page. You know what I mean? Like my page. Did y'all hold on? Let me put the link before I go. I got a couple more minutes. It ain't an hour yet. Let me see if y'all want to come on. Anybody want to copy and paste the link in your copy and paste this link in your web browser and come on the live. You know what I mean? Speak your piece before we get out of here. A couple minutes. You can't be long-winded like BearFeezie, though. I can talk all night. You can't be long-winded like BearFeezie. But if you want to copy the link and come in and speak your piece. Man, this was a great informative show, guys. I'm back in my groove, man. I'm feeling great. I hope my mouth was matching up so I can chop this up. I hope my lips was lining up with my mic. I hope my what do they call it? I hope my sound was good. Last time it got a little muffled. I got a little cushion thing, little screen is what they call it. But yeah, man, it's good to be back, man. I'm on season 3 of Speak Your Feelings, guys. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. It's thank you, wife. I appreciate my wife, man. Appreciate my wife so much. She always on it. She's on security. She background manager, making sure, you know what I mean? Say y'all and I having a single segment, man. Get y'all. I feel like y'all missing that. You brothers that's at the house, man, by yourself. You know what I mean? You gotta go pick your children up. You know what I mean? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? For going to pick your children up. But you need your family at home with you, man. You need your family at home with you. You need you a good woman at home with you. Women, y'all need y'all a good man at home with you. You know what I mean? Y'all need a family. So I am having singles every day or every show. I'm doing a single segment where I want people to come on, introduce themselves so I can, you know what I mean? Shout out to my brother JoJo so I can just be a part of the love connection that I get from my brother JoJo. Man, we need love, guys. You need a teammate that automatically signed up to have your back. You know what I mean? Anything you doing, they got your back. You know what I mean? That you're doing positive, that's going to influence them and the kids, that's going to influence the household in a better way. They backing you on it, man. And that's what I have in my wife. That's what my wife has in me. That's what I want y'all to receive, man. So if you got a good person in your corner, hold on to them. Please do. Don't throw them away because you got too emotional. because they were texting. Who was you on the phone with? We get these emotions, boy. We got them, y'all. We just got to control them, man. Uh, I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. I hope I was feeding somebody's spirit, and I hope this helps somebody grow. Like I said, I try to use the lessons that I've learned, that I've experienced, and try to help others and lead everyone in the right direction, guys. You know what I mean? And a lot of the lessons I haven't got them yet. You know what I mean? I haven't mastered them yet. I'm still getting my master's degree. You know what I mean? So I'm still learning too. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I have a plan, and you know what I mean. I'm praying, and I appreciate y'all being on this journey with me while I practice. Speak Your Feelings with BearFeezie, live from my house, my little studio that I got in my office. Peace and love.